Turncoat. I'm often asked if I'm not a bit of a turncoat. 20 years, help, ago, in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I made my reputation making fun of science and technology, depressed robots, uncooperative lifts, doors with ludicrously over-designed user interfaces, what's wrong with just pushing them, and so on. Now I seem to have become one of technology's chief advocates, as is apparent from my recent series on Radio 4, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Future. I wish we hadn't ended up with that title incidentally, but sometimes events have a momentum of their own. There's always a moment when you start to fall out of love, whether it's with a person, or an idea, or a cause, even if it's one you only narrate to yourself years after the event. A tiny thing, a wrong word, a false note, which means that things can never be quite the same again. For me, it was hearing a stand-up comedian make the following observation.
And what is the deal with the black box? Tommy!
It's the only thing that survives a crash. Why don't they build the whole plane out of the black box?
I know!
The audience roared with laughter at how stupid scientists were. Couldn't think their way out of a paper bag, but I sat feeling uncomfortable. Was I just being pedantic to feel that the joke didn't really work? Because flight recorders are made out of titanium, and that if you made planes out of titanium instead of aluminum, they'd be far too heavy to get off the ground in the first place? I began to pick away at the joke. Supposing Eric Morecambe had said it, would it be funny then? Well, not quite, because that would have relied on the audience seeing that Eric was being dumb. In other words, they would have had to know, as a matter of common knowledge, about the relative weights of titanium and aluminum. There was no way of deconstructing the joke that didn't rely on the teller and the audience complacently conspiring together to jeer at someone who knew more than they did. It sent a chill down my spine and still does. I felt betrayed by comedy in the same way gangster rap now makes me feel betrayed by rock music. I also began to wonder how many of the jokes I was making were just, well, ignorant.